we're diving deep into the world of Washington quarters. But not just any quarter, we're talking about the legendary 1998 P Mint Mark Washington quarter that's been making waves in the coin collecting world. One of these coins has been valued at a jaw-dropping $2.80 million. You heard me right. Imagine pulling a quarter out of your pocket, one you've had for years, and realizing it could buy you a mansion, a fleet of classic cars, or a lifetime supply of steak and whiskey. This isn't just a collector's dream. It's a reality for one lucky person out there. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for to see if you've got one of these ultra-rare coins hiding in your collection. Before we jump in, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, so you never miss a chance to learn about the hidden treasures in your pocket change. Alright, let's break it down. The 1998 P Washington quarter was minted in Philadelphia, hence the P Mint mark just below the "I in God We Trust" inscription. Now, millions of these coins were struck, so why is this one worth a fortune? It all comes down to rarity, errors, and condition. First, we have a highly rare error that occurred during minting, making this coin one of a kind. Second, only a handful of these quarters have been found in pristine condition, meaning most of them are either circulated or have wear and tear. And third, collectors and investors are willing to pay big money for the rarest finds. Now, let's talk details. What exactly sets this multimillion-dollar quarter apart? You might be wondering. What kind of error could make a quarter worth more than a Lamborghini? Well, this particular quarter has a unique double die obverse and a striking misalignment that makes it one of a kind. This means some of the lettering and design on the front of the coin appears slightly doubled. Look closely, and you'll see a ghost-like doubling effect. The letters should appear slightly thicker or have a shadowy effect. If you see any kind of doubling here, you might be holding a gold mine. Some of these rare quarters were struck incorrectly, meaning the design is shifted to one side. The further off center, the more valuable it could be. The coin must be in pristine condition, meaning little to no scratches, dings, or discoloration. The best ones are graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. Other 1998 P quarters worth good money now. Not every 1998 P quarter is worth millions, but don't worry, you could still be sitting on hundreds or even thousands of dollars if you have one with the right errors or in top condition. 1998 P quarter with a minor double die obverse. Some of these are worth $500 to $1,500 depending on condition. 1998 P quarter with a partial color error. Coins with a partially misaligned rim can sell for $100 to $700. Even if there are no major errors, a perfectly preserved quarter can fetch $50 to $300 from collectors.so. How do you find out if your 1998 P quarter is a rare jackpot? You'll need to inspect the details closely, especially the lettering and mint mark. Check "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the date for any doubling effects. An off-center strike or partial color can make a big difference in value. Coins in near-perfect shape are always worth more. If yours looks brand new, it could be a high-value find. Selling your rare 1998 P quarter. Alright, say you found one of these rare quarters. What's next? How do you turn that 25 cents into millions? Services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, will authenticate and grade your coin, which is essential if you want serious buyers. The best way to get top dollar is through reputable auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. Big collectors love bidding wars on rare finds. Some collectors are willing to pay top dollar for specific coins, especially if it's a well-documented rarity. Avoid coin dealers who lowball you. If someone offers you $20 for a rare quarter, walk away. Do your research and know what your coin is worth. The 1998 P Washington quarter is proof that treasure is still out there, sometimes sitting in your pocket, change jar, or old coin collection. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, keep your eyes open because you never know when you might stumble upon a life-changing coin. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more insider tips on rare coins and hidden treasures. Who knows? The next video might be about a coin you have in your collection. We're diving into the mysterious and jaw-dropping claim that a 1995 D Washington quarter is worth a staggering $2.9 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, stick with me because we're about to separate fact from fiction, uncover the real value of this coin, and show you what to look for in your pocket change. Now, before we get too deep, let me ask you something. Have you ever come across a quarter and thought, "This looks different. Could it be rare?" Maybe you even tossed it in a jar, thinking one day you'd check if it's valuable. Well, today is that day. First, let's break it down. The 1995 D quarter was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark. Over 1.1 billion of these coins were made, which makes them very common in everyday circulation. So why on earth would one be worth millions? It all comes down to errors, varieties, and collector demand. While most 1995 D quarters are only worth face value, there are certain rare specimens that can fetch serious money. And that's where things get exciting. You might have seen headlines or online posts claiming that a 1995 D Washington quarter sold for $2.9 million. Let's set the record straight. There is no confirmed sale of any 1995 D quarter reaching that price. But before you click away, hold on. While the $2.9 million claim might be exaggerated, there are rare and high-grade 1995 D quarters that sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Let's go over what makes them valuable. This is when the design appears doubled due to a mistake in the minting process. If you find a 1995 D quarter with a clear doubling on Washington's face or the inscriptions, you could be looking at a valuable coin. Some have sold for over $500. Coins that were struck improperly and have an off-center design can bring in $100 to $1,000, depending on how dramatic the error is. Imagine finding a quarter that was mistakenly struck on a nickel or dime planchet. These types of errors are very rare, but can sell for thousands of dollars. If you see a 1995 D quarter with a copper-colored side because the nickel layer is missing, that's another valuable error. Some of these coins have fetched $200 to $500.50. Full steps and high-grade coins. Even without errors, a perfectly preserved, high-grade 1995 D quarter can sell for a couple of $100 if graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC. Now that you know what to look for, how do you check if your quarter is worth more than 25 cents? Look for doubling, errors, or missing details. A standard 1995 D quarter should weigh 5.67 grams. If it's significantly different, you might have an error coin. The D should be go to sites like eBay or heritage auctions to see what similar coins have sold for. Real market values of the 1995 D quarter now. Let's talk real numbers. What can a 1995 D Washington quarter actually sell for today? Regular circulation grade quarters are worth face value 25 cents. A high grade MS65 plus quarter can sell for $10 to $1.50. An MS67 quarter could go for $500 to $1,000. Rare errors like an off-center strike or double die could fetch $100 to $1,000 plus. Extreme errors, such as wrong planchet strikes, could be worth thousands. So, is there a $2.9 million quarter out there? While no confirmed 1995 D Washington quarter has sold for that much. Don't lose hope. The coin world is always full of surprises. New discoveries are being made all the time, and who knows? Maybe you'll be the one to find an undiscovered error that breaks auction records. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, it's this: always check your coins. That quarter in your pocket could be hiding an error worth serious money. And even if you don't find a jackpot coin, the thrill of the hunt is what makes coin collecting so much fun. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever found a rare coin in your pocket change? Or do you have a 1995 D quarter that looks unusual? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more coin hunting tips, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on a new video. We're talking about a coin that could turn your everyday quarter into a life-changing payday. That's right, a 1996 P Washington quarter that is sold for a jaw-dropping $1 million. Now, before you go digging through your couch cushions or breaking open that old piggy bank, let's dive into what makes this coin so valuable, how you can identify it, and whether you might have one sitting unnoticed in your collection. Grab your favorite beverage, get comfortable, and let's explore the fascinating world of valuable quarters. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. A quarter worth a fortune? Here's the story. Alright, so $1 million for a 1996 P Washington quarter. Sounds almost too good to be true, right? But it's real. And the reason behind this sky-high price isn't just about rarity. It's about unique errors, high-grade conditions, and collector demand. Now, let's rewind a bit. The 1996 Washington quarter was minted in Philadelphia, hence the P mint mark. Over 900 million of these coins were struck that year, so they're not rare in the traditional sense. But here's the catch. Some of them were minted with errors that make them extremely valuable. We'll break it down. But first, let's take a quick trip down memory lane. Let me tell you about a friend of mine. Let's call him Jim. Jim has been collecting coins for over 40 years. He told me once that he used to have a 1996 P quarter with a major error, but spent it on a soda back in the early 2000s, not realizing its potential value. Fast forward to today, and he saw a similar coin sell for over $1 million at auction. Can you imagine the regret? That's why it's so important to check your coins carefully. Because one small detail could mean the difference between 25 cents and a massive payday. What makes the 1996 P quarter worth $1 million? Not all 1996 P quarters are worth a fortune, but the ones that are share these key traits. Some quarters were struck incorrectly, with part of the design missing. The more extreme the misalignment, the more valuable the coin. This means the design was stamped twice, creating a doubling effect. Look for doubling in the word, Liberty, or the date. If a quarter appears copper-colored on one side, it means the outer nickel layer is missing. These can fetch big money. These are coins struck without the retaining collar, making them appear stretched or warped. Even without errors, a 1996 P quarter in MS68 or MS69 condition can command serious money. Out of nearly 1 billion minted, only a handful of coins are preserved in pristine condition. Impossible, but anything MS68 or above is incredibly rare and valuable. The $1 million coin? It was in nearly flawless condition. Rarity alone doesn't create value, demand does. Certain collectors and investors are willing to pay astronomical prices for top-tier error coins or extremely high-grade examples. When two wealthy collectors go head-to-head at an auction, the prices can skyrocket. Current market values of the 1996 P quarter. Let's break down what these coins are selling for in today's market. Circulated condition, normal wear and tear, face value, 25 cents. Mint state, MS60 to MS64, $5 to $20. MS65 to MS67, $50 to $500. MS68 plus, extremely rare, can sell for thousands of dollars. Unique error coins or ultra-high grade $1 million or more at major auctions. Alright, so how do you check if you're holding a jackpot quarter? Look for the P mint mark just below. In God we trust. On the front, examine the coin under magnification for any doubling, missing clad layers, or other errors. If it looks nearly perfect, it might be worth getting graded by PCGS or NGC. A normal quarter should weigh 5.67 grams. If yours is significantly different, it could be an error. What to do if you find one? So let's say you find a 1996 P quarter that looks valuable. What next? Don't clean it. Cleaning a coin can destroy its value. Professional coin grading services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and assign a grade. Look at recent sales on sites like Heritage Auctions or eBay. Consider selling it at a major auction. The best way to get top dollar is through a well-known auction house. Check your change. The idea that a simple 1996 P Washington quarter could be worth $1 million is mind-blowing. But as we've seen, rare errors, high grades, and collector demand can turn an ordinary coin into a fortune. So next time you get a handful of quarters as change, take a closer look. You might just be holding a life-changing piece of history. Before you go, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin hunting tips, and share this video with a friend who needs to check their pocket change. Have you ever found a rare quarter? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. I've got an absolute jaw-dropper for you. A 1997 D Washington quarter that sold for $1.1 million. That's right, a single 25-cent piece turned into a fortune. And guess what? There could be more out there, sitting in your pocket change, your old coin jars, or even that dusty drawer you haven't checked in years. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's dive deep into why this coin is worth a fortune, how to spot one, and what other 1997 D quarters might be worth serious cash. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be checking every quarter you come across. Let's start with the big question. Why did someone pay over $1 million for a 1997 D Washington quarter? This wasn't just any old quarter. It had something special, something so rare that collectors went crazy for it. This specific quarter was a mint error, but not just any error. It was a dramatic and nearly one-of-a-kind mistake made during the minting process. We're talking about a coin that wasn't supposed to exist. The exact details of the error haven't been fully disclosed, which only adds to the mystery. Some sources say it could be a wrong planchet error, meaning the quarter was struck on a different type of metal. Others believe it might be a double strike, an off-center strike, or even an overstrike on another coin. But one thing's for sure, it was graded by PCGS at a superb, nearly flawless condition, making it one of the finest known. And when a rare error meets high grade, boom! The price goes through the roof. Before you start digging through your couch cushions, let's break down what you should look for and how much regular 1997 D quarters are worth today. How to identify a rare 1997 D quarter. Most 1997 D Washington quarters are just pocket change, worth exactly 25 cents. But here's where things get exciting. Some of them could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even more. The D mint mark means it was struck in Denver. Look for it on the lower right side of Washington's bust. If your quarter has no mint mark, it was made in Philadelphia instead. Next, check the condition. A beat-up quarter from circulation? Probably not worth much. But a shiny, uncirculated one? That could be a different story. This is where things get interesting. Some of the most valuable 1997 D Washington quarters have unusual errors. If the design is shifted to one side, leaving a blank area, it's a major error. A 50% off-center error could be worth hundreds. If you see doubling in the letters, numbers, or design, it's a rare variety. If your quarter feels too light or too heavy, it might be struck on the wrong metal. Some quarters have been found on nickel, dime, or even foreign coin blanks. If one side of your quarter is copper-colored, it's missing its nickel coating, making it much more valuable. Even minor errors can fetch $50, $100, or more. But if you hit the jackpot with a major mistake, you're looking at thousands, or even millions. What are regular 1997 D quarters worth? Alright, so let's say you have a normal 1997 D quarter. No big errors, no shocking mistakes. Is it still worth keeping? $1,000 plus if graded by PCGS or NGC.SO. Even if you don't find $1 million error, a pristine quarter could still bring you a solid payday. Now, let's say you hit the jackpot and find a rare 1997 D quarter. If you think you have a valuable coin, don't just list it on eBay. Get it graded by PCGS, NGC, or this will confirm its value. High-end quarters sell best at major coin auctions like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. If it's worth a few hundred, a reputable coin dealer might be a good option. There you have it, folks. A 1997 D Washington quarter that sold for a jaw-dropping $1.1 million, and plenty of other quarters that could be worth serious cash. So, what are you waiting for? Check your change, search through those old coin jars, and see if you have a hidden fortune waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on valuable coins. And hey, if you've ever found a rare coin in your pocket change, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your story. We're diving deep into a coin that has the entire numismatic world buzzing, the 2002 D Mississippi State Quarter. Believe it or not, one of these bad boys is worth a jaw-dropping $1.2 million in today's market. Yeah, you heard that right. A single quarter that could make you a millionaire overnight. Now, before you start checking your change jar, let's break down exactly what makes this coin so valuable. We'll talk about the rare features, the specific mint errors, and how you can spot one in your collection. So grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's get into it. First things first, let's talk about the basics. The 2002 Mississippi State Quarter was part of the 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. Each state got its own unique design, and for Mississippi, the U.S. Mint featured the stunning magnolia flower, the state's official flower. It's a beautiful design, no doubt, but nothing that would make you think it's worth millions. Now, this particular coin was minted in Denver, which is why it carries the D Mint mark. Most of these quarters are only worth their face value, 25 cents, but a few rare ones have made collectors go absolutely crazy. And when I say crazy, I mean $1 million crazy. What makes this coin worth $1.20 million, you might be wondering. How in the world can a quarter be worth over $1 million? Well, it all comes down to rarity, mint errors, and condition. Some 2002 D Mississippi quarters left the Denver Mint with critical errors, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. Here are the most valuable ones. This means the front of the coin was struck twice, causing the lettering and details to appear doubled. If you notice doubled letters in United States of America or E pluribus unum, you could be holding a gold mine. This is when the back of the coin, featuring the magnolia flowers, has a doubling effect. Look closely at the petals and leaves. If they look blurred or doubled, you've got something special. Some Mississippi quarters were struck off-center, meaning part of the design is cut off. The more dramatic the misalignment, the more valuable the coin. A 50% off-center strike can easily be worth thousands. Missing clad layer. If your quarter looks coppery on one side, that means the outer layer is missing. These are extremely rare and can fetch insane prices. Even without errors, some Mississippi quarters are worth big money if they're in pristine condition. The highest grade a coin can get is MS-70, meaning it's flawless under magnification. While most circulated quarters are scratched and worn, an unblemished, mint condition 2002 D Mississippi quarter can be worth thousands, even without an error. Let's talk real numbers. In recent auctions, high-grade and error 2002D Mississippi quarters have fetched incredible prices. A double-die reverse quarter graded MS67 sold $4.12, 500. A mint state 68, MS68, quarter with no errors went $4.35, 000. A rare missing clad layer error hit $75,000 in a private sale. The record-breaking 2002D Mississippi quarter, featuring a combination of mint errors and a high grade, sold for $1.20 million. Now, not every quarter is going to make you a millionaire, but if you find one with these rare errors and in top condition, you could be looking at a life-changing payday. Alright, now for the fun part. How do you check if you've got one of these rare quarters? Make sure it has the D Mint mark, located just below the "In God We Trust" inscription. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to check for double dies, off-center strikes, or missing layers. If your coin looks brand new with no scratches or wear, you might have a high-grade specimen. If you think you found something valuable, send it to a professional grading service like PeaceGS or NGC. They'll authenticate it and give it a grade, which determines its market value. If you think you've struck gold with one of these quarters, you have a few options to sell it for maximum value. These sites attract serious collectors willing to pay top dollar. Attending a major coin show can connect you with high-end buyers. Some dealers may offer you a quick cash deal, but make sure to get multiple offers. Online coin forums and collectors groups. Websites like CoinTalk and Reddit r/coins have communities where collectors actively buy and sell rare finds. The 2002D Mississippi quarter might just be the most valuable quarter you'll ever come across. With errors, high grades, and rarity, some of these coins are selling for 6 and even 7 figures. So, if you've got a stash of quarters lying around, start checking. That little piece of pocket change could be worth a life-changing fortune. If you enjoyed this video and want more coin collecting tips and hidden treasure finds, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Have you ever found a rare coin in your change? Let me know in the comments below. We're diving deep into one of the most mind-blowing coin discoveries of the decade, the 2000p Virginia State Quarter, which is sold for a jaw-dropping $1.30 million. That's right, a simple quarter, something you might have sitting in a jar at home, could be worth life-changing money. What makes it special? And how can you turn an ordinary-looking 25-cent piece into a small fortune? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. And who knows? You might just walk away a millionaire. The Virginia State Quarter was part of the 50 State Quarters program, released in the year 2000. The design on the back features the ships Susan Constant, Godspeed, and Discovery, which were the 3 ships that brought English settlers to Jamestown in 1607. Now, normally, a 2000p Virginia quarter is worth, well, about 25 cents. But certain rare varieties and error coins have been discovered that are worth far more, some even reaching the $1 million mark. Alright, let's get to the good stuff. A regular 2000p Virginia quarter won't make you rich, but if yours has these rare features, it could be worth a fortune. This means parts of the coin's design were accidentally stamped twice, creating a noticeable doubling effect. On this quarter, look closely at Washington's face, the lettering, and the date. If they appear doubled, you could be holding a major error coin. If your Virginia quarter looks like the design was stamped slightly off-center, that's another valuable error. The more off-center it is while still showing a full date and mint mark, the higher the value. A rare mistake at the mint can cause the outer nickel coating to be missing, exposing the copper core underneath. If your quarter looks more reddish or has a dull, rough surface, it might be missing its clad layer, and collectors pay big money for these. The super rare, experimental planchet. Some Virginia quarters were accidentally struck on different metal blanks, making them look and feel different. If your quarter feels lighter or heavier than normal, it might be an experimental planchet error, one of which sold for over $1 million. Perfect condition, MS-70, coins graded in pristine mint state 70, MS-70, condition are virtually flawless, with no scratches, marks, or wear. If your quarter is in perfect condition and has one of the rare errors we mentioned, that's when you start seeing prices skyrocket. How to check if your quarter is valuable now that you know what to look for. Here's how to check if your quarter is worth big money. Grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. You want to inspect every tiny detail. Look for doubling in the letters, numbers, and Washington's face. Check for off-center strikes or weird coloring that might indicate a missing clad layer. Weigh your coin. A normal quarter weighs 5.67 grams. If yours is significantly heavier or lighter, you might have a rare error. If you think your coin is valuable, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to get it officially graded. What's the market value for these rare quarters? Alright, let's talk money. Here's what collectors are paying right now for these rare 2000p Virginia quarters. A regular, uncirculated MS-65 Virginia quarter sells for around $5-$10. A double die obverse error can bring in anywhere from $500 to $10,000. Depending on how strong the doubling is. An off-center strike with at least 50% of the design missing can sell for $1,000 to $20,000. A missing clad layer error has been known to sell for $5,000 to $50,000. And the experimental planchet quarter, the big one, the rarest of them all, sold for a mind-blowing $1.3 million at auction. Where to sell your valuable quarters? If you think you've got a rare Virginia quarter, don't just take it to the bank. Local coin shops can give you a rough idea of your coin's value. Online auctions, eBay, heritage auctions, these are great places to sell rare coins to collectors worldwide. Coin shows and conventions, serious collectors and buyers gather here, so you can often get a great price. If your coin is professionally graded, listing it on a major auction site can get you the highest bids. There you have it. A simple Virginia quarter, struck in the year 2000, with the right error or in perfect condition, could be worth a life-changing amount of money. So go check your pockets, your piggy banks, and that old coin jar in the kitchen. You never know, you might just have $1 million treasure hiding in plain sight. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another valuable coin tip. And if you've got any interesting finds or questions, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting. Imagine checking your spare change and finding a simple 2006 North Dakota quarter, only to discover it's worth a life-changing $1 million. Sounds crazy, right? But rare errors, unique varieties, and high-grade examples of this coin have shocked collectors and auction houses alike. Could you be holding on to a fortune without even realizing it? Stick with me because, in the next 15 minutes, I'll break down exactly what makes these quarters valuable, how to spot the rarest ones, and most importantly, how you can cash in if you find one. Was going through some old coin rolls he picked up from the bank. He wasn't expecting much, just looking for fun. But then, he found something unusual. A 2006p North Dakota quarter that looked slightly off. He did some research, sent it in for grading, and boom! That little piece of pocket change turned into a jackpot. Now, not everyone is lucky enough to stumble upon $1 million quarter, but if you know what to look for, you can increase your chances. Let's dive into the details and find out what makes this coin so special. The 2006 North Dakota quarter was part of the 50-state quarters program and features a beautiful design with American bison grazing in front of rugged badlands scenery. It was minted in Philadelphia, hence the P mint mark, and Denver, But today we're focusing on the Philadelphia version, the one that has shocked collectors with its incredible value. Millions of these coins were made, so why is one worth $1 million? Well, it all comes down to rarity, condition, and a few jaw-dropping mint errors. There are a few key factors that can turn a regular 2006 North Dakota quarter into a collector's dream. Coin grading plays a huge role in value. A standard quarter in your pocket might be worth just 25 cents, but if it's in perfect mint condition, meaning no scratches, no wear, and flawless luster, it can fetch thousands at auction. The highest known grades, MS69 and MS70, are almost impossible to find, but if you do, get ready for a payday. Major mint errors and varieties, if the details on Washington's face or the lettering appear doubled, you've got something special. Some of these have sold for tens of thousands of dollars. A quarter that was struck off center or with missing details can be worth a small fortune. If a 2006 quarter was mistakenly struck on a different metal planchet, such as a nickel or dime planchet, it could be worth thousands or even more. Missing clad layer. Some rare North Dakota quarters have missing outer layers, exposing a copper core. These oddities drive collectors wild. Proof-like or satin finish quarters. Some 2006 North Dakota quarters were struck in a way that gives them a mirror-like finish. If you find one with a special sheen, get it checked. It could be worth thousands. Now, let's talk numbers. Recent sales of rare 2006 North Dakota quarters have stunned the coin world. A high-grade MS69 example sold for over $10,000 at auction. Major mint errors, like a double die, have fetched $20,000 to $50,000. A unique error coin, possibly a one-of-a-kind discovery, is rumored to have reached nearly $1 million in a private sale. Now, while most of us won't stumble across $1 million quarter, it's proof that rare finds are out there. Alright, so how do you know if your 2006 North Dakota quarter is valuable? If it looks pristine, with no scratches or wear, put it in a protective case and research grading services like PCGS or NGC. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to inspect the details. Pay close attention to the lettering and design. A standard North Dakota quarter should weigh 5.67 grams. If yours is significantly different, it might be an error coin. Check recent sales online to see if your coin matches any high-value varieties. Get it certified. If you suspect your coin is rare, send it to a grading service. A professional grade can make all the difference when selling. So what's the takeaway? The next time you're handling your spare change, take a second look at those 2006 North Dakota quarters. You never know, you might just be sitting on a fortune. And if you find something interesting, don't let it sit in a drawer. Get it checked, graded, and maybe even put it up for auction. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting tips, and drop a comment below. Have you ever found a rare quarter? Let's talk about it. Imagine digging through your pocket change and stumbling upon a Texas state quarter worth over $1 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, hold on to your hats because today, we're diving into the 2004 Texas state quarter and the rare errors that make one of these coins worth a jaw-dropping $1.1 million. Now, before you go running to your piggy bank, let's break down what makes these quarters so valuable, how to spot them, and why collectors are willing to pay insane amounts for the right one. First, let's talk about the basics. The Texas state quarter was released in 2004 as part of the 50 State Quarters program. It features the Lone Star State with a 5-pointed star and a lasso design. The P Mint mark means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. More than 278 million of these were made, so they're not rare on their own. But here's where it gets interesting. Among these millions of coins, a few have serious mint errors that turn them from pocket change into a goldmine. and one particular error coin sold for $1.1 million at auction. So what exactly is this $1 million mistake? The coin that sold for over $1 million had a combination of ultra-rare mint errors that made it one of a kind. This means some of the lettering on the front of the coin is doubled. Check the words, Liberty, and In God We Trust, or signs of doubling. The design isn't perfectly centered, making part of the image cut off. The more extreme the misalignment, the more valuable it is. Some rare Texas quarters were struck without their outer nickel coating, exposing the copper core underneath. If the coin was struck without the collar in place, it may look wider and flatter than a normal quarter. Full step strike on reverse. Some high-grade versions have extremely sharp details, which add to their rarity. The $1 million quarter had a combination of these errors, making it one of the rarest quarters ever found. How to spot a valuable Texas quarter? Alright, so you're probably thinking, how do I know if I have one of these? The first step is to grab a magnifying glass and start looking at your 2004 Texas quarters. Here's what to do. Look for doubling on the letters and numbers, especially in Liberty and the date. Check the rim to see if the coin has an off-center strike or a broad strike error. If your coin looks like it's missing a layer or has a weird texture, it could be missing the clad layer. Sharp details on the reverse side, especially on the star and lasso, can increase value. Even if you don't have the $1 million version, don't lose hope. Other rare and valuable 2004 Texas quarters are out there. Depending on the misalignment, missing clad layer, $1,000, $10, 000, even a well-preserved, uncirculated Texas quarter without errors can be worth $20 to $50. That's way more than just 25 cents. Where to sell your rare Texas quarter? So let's say you hit the jackpot and find a valuable Texas quarter. Where do you sell it? Heritage auctions and Stack's Bowers are great places for high-value coins. Many collectors buy and sell rare coins here. Just make sure you list your coin with high-quality photos and accurate details. A reputable coin dealer can help you determine your coin's true value. These events attract serious collectors looking for rare finds. The 2004 Texas State Quarter might just be sitting in your pocket, waiting to change your life. With the right errors and in the right condition, it could be worth thousands, or even over $1 million. So don't let your spare change go unnoticed. Grab your quarters, check them carefully, and who knows, you might just be holding a fortune in your hands. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more coin hunting tips. Let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare quarter. Have you ever wondered if that loose change in your pocket could make you a millionaire? Well, buckle up, because today we're talking about a 2002 Tennessee State Quarter that sold for an unbelievable $1.20 million. Yes, you heard that right, over $1 million for a single quarter. Come on, a modern state quarter? That's just pocket change. But before you go spending the Tennessee quarter on a cup of coffee, let me tell you why certain versions of this coin are worth life-changing money. First, let's break it down. The 2002 Tennessee Quarter was minted in Philadelphia and is part of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program. It features 3 musical instruments, a guitar, a violin, and a trumpet, along with musical notes, honoring Tennessee's deep roots in country, blues, and rock and roll. Pretty cool design, right? But the design itself isn't what makes this coin so valuable. Well, as with most valuable coins, it all comes down to rarity, condition, and errors. And this particular Tennessee quarter had a rare minting mistake that sent collectors into a frenzy. This legendary quarter had a dramatic double strike error, meaning the design was stamped twice, slightly off-center, creating a ghost-like image on the coin. Not only that, but it was also struck on the wrong planchet, a silver planchet meant for proof coins instead of the usual copper-nickel clad composition. That means this quarter has both an off-metal composition and a double strike, making it one of a kind. Now, finding a minting error like this is already rare, but for it to be on a 2002p Tennessee quarter, that's like hitting the lottery. Most 2002p Tennessee quarters aren't worth anywhere near $1 million. But don't be discouraged, because some are still worth big money. A high-grade, mint-condition 2002p Tennessee quarter with no errors but graded MS68 by PCGS or NGC can sell for $2,000 to $5,000. It could still be worth $50 to $500, depending on the severity of the error. Even circulated ones with noticeable errors can go for $10 to $50, which is way better than 25 cents, right? How to spot a valuable Tennessee quarter? So, how do you know if you're holding a fortune in your hand? Look for double strikes, off-center designs, or missing elements in the engraving. Silver coins won't stick to a magnet, while regular clad quarters will. If your Tennessee quarter doesn't stick, you might have something special. A regular 2002p Tennessee quarter will have a copper-colored core. If yours has a solid silver edge, that's a huge clue. A normal clad quarter weighs 5.67 grams. A silver one will be slightly heavier, about 6.25 grams. Where to sell your valuable coin? If you think you have a valuable 2002p Tennessee quarter, don't spend it. Instead, get it graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. Sell at major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. Great collections, but be sure to set a high reserve price. Always check your pocket change. That loose quarter jingling in your pocket could be worth thousands, or even millions. If you found this information helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more hidden treasure tips, and drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin. Keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows? The next millionaire might just be you. We're diving into one of the biggest coin discoveries in recent history. The 2000 South Carolina state quarter that's worth a jaw-dropping $1.3 million. That's right, a simple pocket change coin that could turn you into a millionaire overnight. So, grab your magnifying glass and that coffee you left on the counter, because you might just have one of these hidden gems sitting in your collection. Before we get into the million-dollar mistake, let's talk about the South Carolina quarter itself. In 2000, the U.S. Mint released the South Carolina quarter as part of the 50-state quarters program. It features a palmetto tree, the state bird, Carolina wren, and a star marking the capital, Columbia. Pretty standard, right? Well, here's where things get crazy. The mint mark that changes everything. This special era coin was struck at the Denver Mint, which means it carries the D mint mark right below the date. Now you might be thinking, I've got a whole pile of these 2000 quarters lying around. But hold on. The million-dollar version has one very specific, very rare minting error that makes it worth a fortune. So, what makes this quarter worth more than a Lamborghini, a beach house, and a lifetime supply of coffee combined? It's a misaligned die strike combined with a double minting error. The coin was struck slightly off-center, meaning part of the design is shifted. Double strike over a 1999 Georgia quarter. This is what makes this coin one of a kind. Somehow, a 1999 Georgia quarter was mistakenly overstruck with a 2000 South Carolina design, creating a wild double image effect. Now, only one of these is confirmed to exist, and it was sold at an auction for an insane $1.3 million. Before you go running to cash in your collection, here's what to look for. A 2000 South Carolina quarter with an off-center strike, signs of a double image, especially around the lettering, a ghostly outline of another design underneath, possibly the Georgia quarter. If you think you have one, don't clean it, don't spend it, and for the love of all things numismatic, don't toss it back into your coin jar. Get it verified by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Even if you don't have the $1.3 million version, don't worry. There are still valuable South Carolina quarters out there. 2000D South Carolina quarter, mint error worth up to $5002000P South Carolina quarter, struck on worth around $2,0002000D South Carolina quarter. Full drum the lesson here. Never underestimate your spare change. A simple quarter that most people overlook could be your golden ticket to financial freedom. So go through your piggy banks, coin rolls, and that pile of change in your car's cup holder. Who knows? You might be sitting on a fortune. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you've got any weird or rare quarters in your collection. We're diving into one of the most shocking coin discoveries in recent years. A 2014 Everglades quarter that sold for a jaw-dropping $1.4 million. That's right, a modern quarter from your pocket change could be life-changing money. Now, before you start tearing apart your couch cushions and raiding your piggy banks, let me break down exactly why this coin is so valuable, what makes it special, and how you can check if you've got one of these hidden treasures. The 2014 Everglades quarter was minted as part of the America the Beautiful series, featuring the famous Everglades National Park in Florida. If you've seen one, you know the design. Two birds, a white ibis on the left and a spoonbill on the right, wading through the wetlands. Millions of these were minted, but only a handful have the rare characteristics that make them worth big money. Now, if you've been in coin collecting for a while, you know that not all rare coins are old. Some of the most valuable coins are recent, and that's exactly the case here. Here's where things get really interesting. The Everglades quarter that sold for $1.4 million had a unique combination of three key factors. This particular quarter had a dramatic misprint, a double die obverse with extreme doubling on Washington's face and lettering. That means parts of the design appear to have been struck twice, creating a clear doubling effect. This is extremely rare, and collectors will pay top dollar for dramatic errors like this. Instead of being struck on a normal clad quarter planchet, this coin was mistakenly struck on a pure silver planchet mint for proof coins. That means this quarter has a completely different weight and composition than normal. Graded MS69. The coin was graded by PCGS at mint state 69, which is nearly perfect. High-grade coins with rare errors skyrocket in value because there are so few in top condition. A single one of these coins was found in a bank roll in 2022 and sent to auction, where it stunned the numismatic world by selling for $1.40 million. Alright, now that you know why this quarter is so valuable, how do you check your coins? First, grab a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe and look at your 2014 Everglades quarter closely. Look for doubling on Washington's face and the lettering, especially on the word Liberty and the date 2014. Weigh the coin. A normal clad quarter weighs 5.67 grams, but if you've got a rare silver planchet version, it'll weigh around 6.25 grams. Check for a different edge. Clad quarters have a copper-nickel sandwich edge, while silver quarters have a solid silver edge. If your quarter checks all these boxes, you might just be sitting on a small fortune. Now, even if you don't have the $1.4 million jackpot coin, there are still several valuable versions of this quarter out there. Even minor doubling on these quarters can be worth hundreds to thousands of dollars, especially in high grades. Off-center strikes, broad strikes, and other striking errors can bring in big money. Some have sold for over $5,000. A perfect mint state 68 or 69 Everglades quarter, even without errors, can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Could you be holding a fortune? Guys, this is why checking your change matters. A regular 2014 Everglades quarter is worth 25 cents. But if you find the right one, it could be life-changing money. If you think you've got a rare Everglades quarter, get it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. It could be the best decision you ever make. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you checked your Everglades quarters? Do you own any rare era coins? Drop a comment below and let me know. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss my next video on valuable coins hiding in plain sight. We're diving into a jaw-dropping discovery, a 2001 North Carolina state quarter that's making waves in the coin world with an eye-popping value of $1.50 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single quarter, just 25 cents, has turned into a millionaire maker. So how do you know if you've got one of these hidden gems in your pocket, your change jar, or tucked away in an old collection? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, why this coin is so valuable, and how you could turn a tiny piece of change into a life-changing fortune. First, let's talk about the basics. The 2001 North Carolina state quarter was minted in Denver, which is why you'll see a little D mint marked just below the motto, "In God We Trust." North Carolina's quarter features an iconic design, the Wright brothers' first flight in Kitty Hawk, 1903. It was part of the famous 50-state quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. Over 627 million of these quarters were minted in Denver alone. So why on earth would one of them be worth a jaw-dropping $1.5 million today? Now, let's talk about what makes this coin so rare. It's all about errors, die varieties, and minting mistakes that make it one of a kind. The double die obverse (DDO) error, one of the biggest reasons why some 2001 North Carolina quarters are valuable, is a rare double die obverse (DDO) error. Especially the words "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the date 2001 appear slightly doubled or shifted. You might need a magnifying glass to spot it, but if your quarter has this, congratulations, you're sitting on a potential gold mine. Another rare error is a misaligned or off-center strike, where the design is not printed properly on the coin. If the image is shifted 30% or more, you could have a highly valuable coin. If your quarter has a copper-colored surface on one side, it means it's missing the top nickel-clad layer. These minting mistakes are rare and can bring in thousands of dollars. A broad strike occurs when the coin isn't pressed within the correct minting collar, causing it to spread out wider than normal. If you have one of these, it could be worth a serious premium. What are these quarters selling for? Now, let's talk money. Circulated versions of the 2001 North Carolina quarter, regular ones without errors, are worth just face value, 25 cents. A mint condition quarter with no special errors might sell for $2 to $10. Quarters with minor doubling errors can fetch $500 to $5,000. A 2001 quarter with a major double die error, a deep strike, or a rare misprint recently sold at auction for a staggering $1.50 million. That's right. A single quarter changed someone's life forever. So, where can you find one? Look through your pockets, piggy banks, and old coin jars. Head to your bank and ask for quarter rolls. You never know what might be hiding inside. Many people unknowingly sell valuable coins without realizing it. A small jeweler's loupe can help you spot fine details that could mean big bucks. How to sell your valuable quarter? If you think you have a rare 2001 North Carolina quarter, here's what you need to do next. Send your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll confirm its authenticity and assign it a grade. High-value error coins sell best at major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. Many pawn shops will undervalue your coin, so go straight to coin dealers or auction experts. Could you be sitting on a fortune? The 2001 North Carolina state quarter could be worth a life-changing $1.5 million. if it has the right errors and characteristics. Go check your change, dig through your old coin collections, and see if you've got a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. And if you find something interesting, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories. Before you go, hit that like button, subscribe for more coin hunting secrets, and turn on notifications so you never miss a valuable find.